Hello. Hey, who've we got here today? It's 12:30, biology lunchtime session together. Let me know if you're here, guys. Let me know if you're here in the chat. We'll see who we've got. Where's Kira? Kira's always here. Hey, Kira. I welcomed you before I even saw you in the chat. I knew you would be here. It's been forever, I know. Kira, I've been really poorly. I've been really ill for like a full 2 weeks. Hi, organic, Mr. Hi, natural. How are you guys? How are you getting on? Yeah, I've made myself super big on the screen today because I'm still not feeling 100% better. So I thought we'd literally just have a chat, just have a catch up. We don't even have to do any biology if you don't want to. You moved schools. Oh, Kira, wow. Big move. Why did you move schools? Is everything okay? Are you enjoying your new school? What happened? What happened to me? I'm guessing that I had COVID. I don't know. I've never had it before and I didn't do a test, but I had such a bad cough. I had a sore throat. I had a fever. I was shaking. I had a cold. I had sinusitis, everything kind of at once. So I was really ill. I even had to cancel some of my lessons because I literally could not speak. I had no voice at all. Yeah, I am definitely feeling a lot better than I was. Thank you. Thanks for your concern. Kira, what are you saying? Oh, I remember you saying, yeah, all of your teachers were leaving at Christmas. Yeah, so you were worried, weren't you? You missed the school and all your friends. Well, hopefully you can still stay in touch with your good friends. I'm sure you'll be able to. You'll stay in touch with them. You'll make some new friends as well, Kira. And hopefully you'll have decent teachers at your new school. Guys, if you're in the chat, let me know what subjects you are doing. Let me know what year you're in. I'm assuming you're doing A levels, but you might not be. Oh, Kira. Hopefully you'll get settled. And then when you go back after Christmas in January, it'll all be good. You've got 2 weeks off coming up soon. Enjoy the Christmas holidays, and then I'm sure it will all be good when you go back. Are you finding it hard keeping up with all your schoolwork as well? It's weird, and it's a grammar school. Oh no. Yeah, and I suppose you're the new girl, aren't you? So it's going to take you a little bit of time to settle in, a little bit of time to make friends, but I'm sure you will be good. Just focus on your lessons, focus on learning, focus on doing as well as you can. And you've got to catch up as well. Kira, you need to join our lessons. You need to join the My Headspace course. What topics have you missed? Is the citric acid cycle included in A-level biology? Good question. Yes, it is. It is. We call it the Krebs cycle. It's one of the stages of aerobic respiration. Requires oxygen. Takes place in the mitochondria. And yeah, we do learn it in A-level biology, not in huge amounts of details. Like I'm guessing you'll definitely do it in more detail at university if you do biology at university. But yeah, we do the Krebs cycle. We don't have to name all of the molecules in it though. Oh, you've been trying, but it's OCR. So you're doing OCR, Kira. Kira, we do have quite a lot of students on the year 12 course that are doing OCR, even though it is AQA focused. I'd say in year 12, about 80 to 85% of the content is the same. Year 13, there's a few more differences between AQA and OCR. So we do have separate courses. But yeah, you're just a little bit early, Kira. Next year, we'll probably have separate courses in year 12 as well. Next year, we'll probably have separate courses right the way from the start of A level. So that would have been amazing. But we do have a separate year 13 course currently, Kira. And the year 12 course is one that I teach. And I have taught both AQA and OCR. So even though it's focused more towards AQA, I do try to mention any differences between AQA and OCR. But I suppose you're worried because like the order of topics is a little bit different. The style of questions is a little bit different, which is all, yeah, all valid. The Calvin cycle and photo respiration. Oh, do you mean photosynthesis and respiration? Nada, they are big topics. So the Calvin cycle, yes, the Calvin cycle, we do that in year 13 biology. That's the second stage of photosynthesis, isn't it? So that's the light independent reaction. Yeah, we do all of photosynthesis, light dependent, and the Calvin cycle or light independent. We do all the stages of respiration for aerobic. We do anaerobic. I can't really teach all of those topics today because that's probably one of the most complex topics in A-level biology, all of that biochemistry, which the students find quite hard. You're not actually doing GCSE. You're in America. Wow. Grade 10. So what is grade 10 in America? I don't even know what grade 10 means. Is that the same as year 10 in the UK? Like, how old are you? That's going to help me, natural. Oh, I'm glad you find my videos useful. And you're watching chemistry and physics. So you're watching Brooke and LaJoy as well. Fantastic. Yeah, there's loads of us now. There's loads of us science teachers at My Headspace. So we've got you covered for biochem and phys. Is it year 11? Is grade 10 year 11? Maybe, Kira. I don't know. I don't understand how the American school system works, to be honest. You don't like OCR questions. You do bad on the easy stuff. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, Kira, there is a lot more of that on OCR. So obviously with OCR, you have more multiple choice questions. You have 15 multiple choice questions on paper 1 and paper 2, if I'm correct. And yeah, there is more. They do go in for more fill in the blanks as well, which is a little bit weird at A-level. Some people prefer OCR. Some people think the OCR mark schemes are a little bit more generous. There's more content on OCR though, Kira, isn't there? There's like quite a few more topics because you don't have an essay on OCR A-level biology. I feel like they make up for that by putting in some extra topics. I don't know whether you've noticed that, Kira. You're in Armenia, a country in Asia, and you're 15. Oh, okay. Oh, Armenia, my eyesight. I read America. I'm so sorry. I'm not, my eyes are not good enough. I read America. Okay, you're in Armenia. I get it. You're 15. Okay, so yeah, like year 10, year 11 in the UK. If you're not doing GCSEs, then what exams do you do over there, just out of interest? Oh, love from Sri Lanka. Hey, we're going global. We've got UK, we've got Armenia, we've got Sri Lanka. Hey, Nada. So, Nada, what year are you in? Are you A-level? Are you GCSE? Are you doing something else? I definitely don't know how the school system works in Sri Lanka. This is so cool that we've got such a mix of people. Oh, biology question. Where in the mitochondria does the electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation occur? So that is on the cristae. So you know the inner membrane of the mitochondria, it's highly folded, and we call the folds the cristae. It's got a really large surface area, hasn't it? So that there's loads of electron transport chains, loads of ATP synthase, so we can make loads of ATP. So it's actually taking place on the cristae, on the folded inner membrane. You've only done it for 2 weeks. You want your AQA back. Oh, Kira, right. I'm getting you now, Kira. So you were doing AQA and now you're doing OCR. That's tough. Because some of the AQA stuff that you probably did, are you now going to have to go back and learn the extra OCR bits? Like there's extra OCR bits in biological molecules and cells. Right? So you're going to have to go back and like learn all that yourself. Have you got your OCR textbooks and revision guides so you can learn the stuff you've missed? Kira, I would recommend like printing out the specification and comparing it to AQA and checking maybe what you've missed already. Grade 12. Oh, wow. Grade 12. So is grade 12 like year 12? Is that A-level, I'm assuming? Yeah. Guys, what topics are you enjoying the most so far? I'd be interested to hear. What topics are you finding the hardest? I know which ones. I've definitely got preferences. I know I should love all of it, but I definitely have preferences when it comes to the different topics. They do exams called Olympiads. Oh, I've heard of that. Oh, you're new. So you're still working out exactly how the exams work. Olympiads, yeah, I've heard of Olympiads, but in the UK, the biology Olympiad is kind of more like a competition as opposed to like a qualification. So maybe it's a little bit different. For sure, you're not enjoying cell biology and ecology. Okay. So I find cell biology okay because we kind of do a lot on cells right back from like age 10, age 11. And then I feel like that just kind of gradually builds on our knowledge. So I don't find that too difficult. But ecology, I'm with you there. I do find ecology quite difficult because it's not like the content's hard, but the exam questions can be a little bit strange and it can be hard to pick up the marking points. I find that I end up waffling quite a lot in the ecology questions and just hoping that I say something that is going to pick up a mark. So I'd end up writing like a whole paragraph for like a 2 or 3 mark question on ecology. Kira says you like it all so far. Oh, that's good. Not gonna lie. Perfect. Oh, that's good. So guys, are you thinking of doing biology in the future? Like Kira, if you're liking it all so far, are you gonna possibly do something with biology at university? I mean, that's why I did biology at university. It was simply because I enjoyed it the most. It was that simple. I didn't really have any careers advice or any jobs in mind. I just loved biology A level and I loved my teacher. So I thought I'd do biology at uni. And it was good. It was really interesting, to be fair. Not sure if it will turn into chemistry, or maybe, Kira, you could do a bit of biochemistry. Do you know, interesting fact, I actually started at university doing biochemistry. And then after a few weeks, I realized that I didn't enjoy the chemistry elements as much as the biology. And I actually switched to biology because the modules you could choose from just sounded a lot more interesting to me. So I ended up wanting to pick like all the genetics, all the DNA, evolution. I did a lot about stem cells. I kind of did avoid all of the ecology and plants at university, not gonna lie. I did a lot of human anatomy as well, which was really fun. But yeah, biology for me, it just meant I could pick from a huge range of modules at university. Like there was literally a list of like 50 modules, so I could just pick the ones that I thought sounded most interesting. So it kept it really open. Your ambition is to become a doctor. Wow, yeah. So a lot of hard work ahead, a lot of good grades needed, a lot of hard work, long hours ahead, I'm sure. Teachers do make such a difference. I totally agree there, Kira. Totally agree. And because the reason I agree with that is maths was my favourite subject. When I was doing my GCSEs, I was best at maths for sure. Loved my maths teacher. She was called Mrs. Lines. Mrs. Lines. Still remember, she was the best teacher ever. Loved maths, did really well in maths. And then when I started doing maths for A level, I just didn't get on with the teacher and I ended up dropping it. I just couldn't understand their way of teaching. I didn't find it interesting anymore. I didn't get it anymore. So I ended up dropping maths for A level, but I loved my biology teacher at A level. He made every lesson like really interesting. So that's probably why I ended up being a biology teacher. You love most branches of biology, yeah. And you love physics. Oh, that's cool. Aim to understand the universe. Yeah, all the sciences kind of go together. So yeah, I mean, I was never as good at physics because it's a little bit more abstract. So I found it harder to understand the processes because I couldn't see it or I couldn't think about myself or my own body, I suppose. Whereas biology, I could kind of get it because I could picture it. And I think maybe I'm a visual learner. I need to picture what's going on. Giving your WhatsApp number. I can't give out my WhatsApp number, but you can always contact me on social media. So I'm sure you guys obviously you've found this YouTube chat today. So we've got Instagram, Laura Does Biology. We've got TikTok, Laura Does Biology. We've got YouTube. So you can always send me a message if you've got any questions, if you've got any requests for videos that you need me to make, explainer videos on YouTube, or just quick questions on TikTok. You can always message me there. Mathematics was very entertaining. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I used to love maths. I used to be so good at maths, but I feel like I've forgotten it all, to be honest. There's still quite a lot of maths in biology. So for us, for like if you're doing AQA or OCR, there's about 10% of the marks on the A-level biology paper are maths marks. And they can be quite hard because it's kind of, the maths is kind of hidden in a biology question with loads of words and data and graphs and tables. And it can be quite hard to figure out what maths they want you to do in biology. Me and Neil Does Maths, I don't know if you guys know Neil Does Maths, but we actually filmed a reel a couple of weeks ago where I gave him a biology maths question and just asked him to do it. And I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't be able to do it, but unfortunately he did. He did do it, and he did it quite quickly, and he did it quite well. But yeah, you can stay tuned for that one because that's probably going to be getting posted soon. So you can see Neil Does Maths do a biology maths A-level question. It was from an A-level paper. You hate biology maths. It's hard, isn't it? Or is it just me? I find it really hard. Even though the maths is easy, figuring out what the question's asking you to do is really hard. It's like a skill in itself. Favorite type of organisms are plant. Oh, so you like all the plant biology. Yeah, you watch Neil Does Maths. Yeah, he's good, isn't he? I was actually watching one of his videos this morning. You get sucked into the videos. What was he doing? It was like, I think it was a 6-mark GCSE question. I don't know whether you guys have seen it. And it was like a square, and it had the area of the square, and you had to work out the values of X and Y. And it was so hard. And I was watching it like, no way was this GCSE maths. That seemed so much harder than when I did GCSE maths. Maybe GCSEs have got harder since I did my GCSEs. Maybe they've got harder. Maybe A levels have got harder as well. They seem to get harder every year, don't they? Yeah, so wordy. That's just biology, isn't it, Kira? Do you know biology is considered the hardest A-level subject? Did you guys know that? Kira, did you know that? Biology is the hardest A-level subject. But I get it. I get why, because there's way more content to learn than any other subject. Like, that's just fact. Like, the specification is the thickest specification. Way more to learn, so you've got to be able to memorize loads of stuff, and you've got maths, and you've got practical skills, and like 30% of the marks are purely application. So it doesn't even test you on the content, it's how you can apply the content to novel situations. Yeah, and then because it's science, you've got to use the specific vocab, like they're so strict on terminology. You watch LaJoy does chemistry and Miss Edgar does physics, yeah, or Brooke does physics. Yeah. You'll subscribe to them. Does, I think, Natural Scientist, I think Brooke does, but I think the YouTube would not be called Miss Edgar. I think it'll be called Brooke Does Physics. Do you want to have a little search for that? So it'll be like LaJoy does chemistry, Neil does maths, and Brooke does physics. And also you can find Brooke does physics on TikTok. I think maybe just her Instagram account is called Miss Edgar Does Physics, but the others will be called Brooke. What's the difference between a PAG and a CPAC? It's kind of just what AQA and OCR call them, Kira, but it's exactly the same thing. Do you know, I can't even remember. I think PAG stands for Practical Assessment Group. It's basically the required practicals for OCR. CPAC is like criteria for practical assessment criteria. Oh, controlled practical assessment criteria or something. I can't even remember what the acronyms stand for because there's too many of them. But people that do AQA tend to talk about CPACs, and people that do OCR tend to talk about PACs. But it's basically required practicals and the skills that you develop when you do the required practicals. So you've got to do the required practical and you've got to hit certain skills whilst you're doing them. And obviously the required practicals can be on the exam as well, or similar practicals. But yeah, I think the PAG is more used by OCR, but it's just a required practical, basically. There's not really a difference. I mean, Kira, some of the practicals might be different. The practicals that you do on OCR might be different to AQA. A lot of them are the same though. The skills that they assess you on are pretty much the same in terms of use of apparatus, use of different techniques, pretty much the same. You found it. Oh, good. Natural. How are the protons used in oxidative phosphorylation? So the protons, back to biology, the protons are pumped into the intermembrane space in the mitochondria, the organic, and then they diffuse down the proton gradient through the ATP synthase enzyme, and then that drives the formation of ATP. It's called chemiosmosis. The formation of ATP using that proton gradient. So the protons diffuse through the ATP synthase enzyme, and then the ATP synthase enzyme is activated and can make ATP from ADP and PI. You're going out for lunch. Oh, nice, Kira. Where are you going? Yeah, you might have to redo some of the practicals, I suppose, if they're a requirement for OCR. Although check, Kira, because if you've done a very similar practical for AQA, that could count. Because you don't have to do the exact practical. You can do a very similar practical that still demonstrates the same skills, and it would still count in that practical assessment group. Like if you've done one dissection and they've done another dissection, your dissection still counts as a dissection. So you can still use that as proof that you've got those skills. So you can maybe check with your teacher if you've done any other practicals for AQA, they might meet the criteria for OCR. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm feeling much better. I'm hoping I'm going to just continue to get better and then be perfect for Christmas. So I'm glad that I got ill like the last 2 weeks and not the next 2 weeks, I suppose. Bye, Kira. Bye, Kira. I'll see you next time. I don't know what we're going to do next time. I don't know whether we're going to have a chat. I don't know whether we're going to do some biology questions. I quite liked doing A-level questions. I quite like working through questions with you guys. That was good. Do you know who we're missing today? A is not here. Where is A? A is always here. Maybe it's because I've had 2 weeks off and A has kind of disappeared and thinks that I'm not doing these anymore. I will try and do these every week. It has just been because I've been unwell. Guys, has anyone else got any questions? I suppose I should mention to you, I don't really know who is in the chat who this would benefit, but we are going to be doing big Easter revision courses. So over the Easter holidays, there's going to be revision courses for biology, chemistry, physics, maths, English for GCSE as well, English Lit, English Lang. We're going to be doing like days of revision. So if any of you do want to sign up, I think there's a link in the description of the video and you can sign up for any of the My Edspace Easter revision courses. I don't know if it's going to be applicable because they are UK education system focused. So it's really aimed at students doing GCSEs or A-levels in the UK. But by all means, have a look, see if you think they might be useful. For A-level, I'm going to do 3 days of biology revision. And for GCSE, I'm going to do 2 days of biology revision. But there is a little link in the description if anyone, or I think there is, if anyone wants to do some revision for their exams over Easter. They were really, really good last year. We basically just did question practice. For A-level, we did like 3 days of past paper questions from all parts of the spec. We did essay planning, we did statistics, we did evaluate questions, application questions, maths questions. We covered loads. like a full 3 days of A-level biology, and loads of students joined, and we got lots of good feedback saying that they had really helped with their A-level exams. But yeah, I'll remind you guys again, like I'm sure we'll do one of these little get-togethers again, probably next week. And I will remind you, see if we've got any more people here from the UK. Guys, has anyone else got any questions? The chat has gone super quiet. Is there Russian in IGCSE? In my new school, I take Armenian, Russian, and English. Wow. Oh, wow. Is there Russian? I have no idea. I'm sure you could find out online though. Wow, so you're doing 3 languages. You're doing A-level biology so that in the future I can work in cardiothoracic surgery. Wow, that's a good goal. So when are you sitting your A-levels? Are you sitting them this year? Are you sitting them next year? The organic mister? What year are you in? Have I already asked you that? And what other subject are you doing chemistry as well then? If you want to go into that particular field, I'm guessing you'll need biology and chemistry. Hopefully next year. Oh, okay, cool. So you've not really started yet. It's good to know. It's good to have an idea though, isn't it, of what you want to do in the future. So you've got a goal, you can work towards it. You're hopefully going to get good grades. I'm sure you need good grades to do that job. Yeah. So maybe in the future, the My Ed Space courses would be useful for you. The revision courses over Easter would definitely be useful for you. Yeah, because you'll need to get, I'm guessing you'll need to get A's, A stars at A level, probably biology and chemistry. I don't know. Have you found a university that does the course that you want? You need to look at universities, how you get into that job, what degree you need. Look at universities, look at the grades they require, look at the subjects they require, so you can make the correct choices for your A levels. Nice. Okay. Right, guys, thank you for joining me today. Just for a little chat, a little casual biology chat, get to know me a little bit better. Keep your eyes on social media because we will let you know, probably going to do another live next week, but we'll let you know exactly what we're going to be doing and when it's going to be so that you can join me again. And yeah, if there's no more questions, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and get some food, I think. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. Have a lovely afternoon, lovely evening, and I will chat to you all again soon. Thanks, the organic mister. Natural scientist. I think Kira's gone. But yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Bye.